you can enter. Okay, so if you're seeing this, it either means I am dead and no longer here, or I am alive. Let's get into today's episode. Today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic is such a practical one. This is on regret. This is something that can plague us for decades if mishandled. These regrets that we either live with, and they're just like scars and wounds that heal, but there's still that knot there. Or, you just say, live life with no regrets, and maybe you didn't learn anything from something that maybe there should have been a little bit more reflection on. What does Vedanta say about regret? My favorite quote on regret is, bounce back like a rubber ball, not like a lead plate. And I cannot remember the sage that said this. I think it was Ramatirtha who said that, to bounce back. But Swami at the ashram will mention this often, and it's such a great visual and framing for how we should deal with something going wrong. And he'll also just say, do not waste life on regret. This is a philosophy that absolutely expounds the value of reflection. But we don't need to regret, wallow, spend time thinking about how, I just really messed that up. And what's the difference between reflection and learning and improving and regret? Reflection is an orientation towards others. How can I improve without this extremely selfish and egoistic aspect to it, like regret, which is, what will people think of me? Can I recover from this? I'll never be able to recover from that. I. A simple example where bouncing back like a rubber ball is so much better than landing like a lead plate and not bouncing back is an example of a highly competent surgeon. Do you want the surgeon that something went wrong yesterday in an operation 4 weeks ago and you've got yours scheduled, and a week ago, yesterday, 4 weeks ago, the mistake that they made is just sticking with them and they can't bounce back. And lo and behold, your appointment's coming up and you've had it on the books for 3 months and that surgeon is somewhere else mentally, wallowing, emotional, can't sleep. Or do you want the highly competent surgeon or something went wrong the day before, they learned from it, they're now better for it. They bounce back, recognizing that you need them to be a really, really aware and alert surgeon for your operation. That surgeon that can bounce back like a rubber ball, that does not waste any of his or her life in regret. That surgeon is the most useful surgeon to you right now. And the most useful version of you to those around you is the one that does not wallow in regret, that can reflect, that can improve, that is even better after making a mistake. But not the you that's wallowing in regret, that's stuck in yesterday or yesteryear. Like a lead plate, we should all bounce back instantly, like a rubber ball. That's today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks for listening to the Daily Vedantic. This reflection is part of a free repeating 2-year course in Advaita Vedanta. Rooted in the timeless wisdom of the Upanishads, arguably the oldest philosophical texts on earth, you can begin with episode 1, which gives the 15-minute overview of the whole philosophy of Vedanta, or you can join the journey with any episode at any point. But the critical aspect of this course, of understanding and mastering anything, is to study and reflect, even for 10 to 15 minutes on the timeless each day, preferably at the start of your day. As is said in this philosophy, reflection is 100,000 times as powerful as listening. So listen, journal, sit with, discuss these concepts, or ask questions at thedailyvedantic.com with our AI-powered chatbot informed by about 700 episodes here, as regularly as one can if you want to see clarity and peace almost effortlessly unfold in your daily life. And if it doesn't result in a near immediate increase in clarity and peace, then toss aside and feel free to never listen again. One of the things that you might notice is after 7 or 8 days in a row, this doesn't feel like a discipline. This feels like a visit with a best friend to dive into the timeless with daily reflection. Within a few days, it becomes one of your favorite parts of the day. You can also find out more, including news about in-person events in Los Angeles and beyond, at the Daily Vedantic on Instagram or through our weekly newsletter at thedailyvedantic.com. Additionally, check out the links in our show notes for more resources like the books that are mentioned most frequently in the episodes, including Vedanta Treatise, perhaps the simplest and most straightforward read on this philosophy I've ever come across. Until next time, and from the entire team that works on the Daily Vedantic project, thanks for listening.